What you're about to see is 9 different bug bounty styles. Can you find yours among them? If you do, share it in the comments. I'm going to hack Tesla today. What a beautiful website. I wonder how secure it is. Which one to choose? Forgot email or forgot password? Let's go with forgot email. Nothing here. Let's try forgot password. Alright. CAPTCHA feature. Seems interesting. I'm going to add it to my burp history. Perfect. I'm going to try a dummy email and password. Okay, a generic error. What about a valid email and a wrong password? Same generic error. Okay, let's log in. Well, a typical profile page. I'm bored. I'm going to switch to Yahoo. I'll hack as long as it takes. The name editing feature. Let's add a field, like an ID. Doesn't change anything. 2 hours later. What about changing the cookies? I'm going to find the session cookie. Rename every cookie. Nothing changes. Oh, we have a refresh token error. Okay, so that's the session cookie. 2 weeks later. I wonder how we can play with it. It seems like a JWT. Can I tamper with the key ID? Same error. Elon guys know their stuff. I can do everything from the browser. Inspect the page. Check the network traffic. Filter only AJAX calls. And it seems that we have an error. The application doesn't send anything to Sentry due to same origin policy. Not worth reporting. I'm going to continue. Update my name. And where is that request? Here it is. Alright, I'm going to play with it directly from here. Who needs a proxy? Okay, put Jolly here. Send. And it seems that it worked. Now let's try to tamper with the content type. And we receive a bad request. Alright, they check that. What about JavaScript files? Directly from the browser I can get all the files I need. Ooh, constants file. I wonder if there's anything suspicious here. Nothing. What about React? I can interact directly with the components, but nothing's here. Who needs a web browser when everything can be done from the terminal? Create the directories that I want and start subdomain enumeration. Now I'm going to collect web assets. Everything is a tap away from my keyboard. Alright, now I'm going to grab all the headers. It's as simple as writing 3 lines of code. Sip some coffee while it finishes. Great. Now we have all the data we want. Let's look for all the servers. We have many. Big IP, CloudFront, Nginx, among others. What about fetching web pages? Well, I can use curl. You want to extract URLs? No problem. It's only 1 line of code. Perfect. I wonder how this website is built. It's using Drupal and React. Okay, can I find anything on Drupal? Any vulnerabilities at all? This one is medium. Okay. What? I don't understand a thing. Alright, let's go back to another one. Oh, this 7.5 one seems interesting. I pretend to read and understand something from this vulnerability. Same thing here, no proof of concept. What about React? Are there any CVEs? This one is a cross-site scripting. Okay. Is there any proof of concept there? I don't think so. What a bummer. Okay. I'm going to try to inject some JavaScript payloads everywhere. Okay, the server checks that. What about adding a new name? Or a new address? Okay. Alright, let's change the zip code. Finally save. Same error. Damn it. Nowadays everything can be done in a web browser. I'm going to list all the subdomains of Tesla.com. I have so many websites. Okay, I'm going to copy-paste them in a browser. The first one is not interesting. Oh, we have a basic auth here. Let's try admin password. Doesn't work. Okay, let's move on. Okay, this returns an empty page. What about this one? Doesn't exist. Scanners will find vulnerabilities for me. I'm going to start with a port scan using nmap, with all the ports in a verbose mode. Meanwhile, I'm going to discover content with burp, and also scan the website. Alright, it seems that everything is working and scanning things for me. And the cherry on top is FUF, but it seems that I'm throttled. I hate repetitive tasks. I'm going to write a script to automate the discovery for me. I'm going to start with the shebang, and then I'm going to define the target as Tesla.com. Actually, let's put it as an argument. Print a message, and then start collecting subdomains. Put them in a subs.txt file. Echo another message, and then discover web assets. Put them in a web.txt. And then I'm going to collect all the responses using curl, as simple as that. Pipe everything to http.txt. And finally, I'm going to find URLs in the source files. I'm going to use grep on the source attribute and put everything in sources.txt. Dying. I'm so hungry. Alright, start the script. And just like that, we have our results in the sources.txt file. They all point to www.tesla.com. Oh, this path seems interesting. Tell me why in the comments. You don't need anything other than your web proxy. I'm going to play with this request. Okay. Let's try some host header injection directly from the proxy. I'm also going to brute force the directories using intruder. I'm also going to use the built-in word list. And using the sitemap, I can see all the visited files and requests requests, and I'm going to target this one and fuzz it using the scanner. But I'm not going to use any scan policy. I'm very picky. I'm only going to choose 2 critical vulnerabilities. Perfect. Let's start the scan. Meanwhile, I'm going to play with this request, change the method, but it seems they're checking it. Let's test cserve. Use the default payload, copy the URL, and use the browser to replay the attack. Doesn't seem to work, so let's use Ajax calls. Copy the URL and replay the attack. Doesn't work. Seemingly, the same origin policy blocks us. Yep, that's the case.